market opportunities safely at your fingertips.
Hola, good morning. Thank you so much for joining. This is Smooth 98.1, Love Music, Love Life. I am Valentine Ohu. Welcome to Business Express 981 with Rotus. And we're joined by Onome Ohwovoriole. Did I get that right, Onome?
No.
Hey, sorry. Please. Help us with your surname.
Yeah, help us, Onome.
It's Ohwovoriole.
Ohwovoriole.
Yeah, that's close to it.
Thank you.
Lovely. Good
Welcome.
stuff.
All right, so join the conversation. Be a part of the party. Send us a message on WhatsApp 0809-444-0981 to interact on WhatsApp. You can watch on YouTube. We're live. YouTube is Smooth FM Lagos. Just type out and search, subscribe, and watch, and also comment.
Yeah. So, there's a report from Business Day saying that insecurity costs Nigeria about $40 billion in investments a year. I think it's a rough estimate that they're making based on, what hasn't come in. And we've talked about insecurity on the program several times. We've talked about what insecurity has done to inflation, with respect to impacts on farmers that are unable to go to their farms, what that has done to supplies of food. Also tourism. Think about tourism. I've been on Instagram now looking at so many tourist ads from Kenya, Mauritius, where's Zanzibar, Tanzania, So you and all these countries, they have their own issues though. I think is it Mombasa also in northern Kenya, they had a terrorist attack a few years ago. Those are the things that are in my mind as I was looking at all these destinations. So even Mozambique. Onome, what do you make of the Business Day figure, the reports, and I guess the impact of insecurity on the economy, on investments?
I think that those figures are actually higher because, when you factor the investments that don't come into the country because of insecurity, and it's even more painful because right now, low interest rates around the world mean that investors are actually looking for where to invest to put money in, right? They're trying to generate a return. But if you have insecurity issues in the country, right, then that scares people because to the outsider, they can't really tell, okay, some parts of the country are safe, some parts of the country are fairly safe. To them, it's just, something is happening in Nigeria, right? So it's not safe, So it's a really sad thing, really. And I also think that despite the situation, I think that the various tiers of government can work on this, right? So you take the US or UK, or you take any country in the world, man. You look at the US or UK, probably every other day you're having somebody stabbing or somebody being shot. That doesn't stop people from going there. But if we're not consciously projecting the positive side, if we're not consciously shaping the narrative that, look, it's not the entire country that has serious security issues, then nobody is going to come in, right? And whether we like it or not, you need the foreign investment to do well. Everything can be FDI, right? Everything can rely on the trillions you have in your pension fund. There's a limit to the heavy lifting that they can do, So it's a really sad thing. And much as I hate to be the doomsday person, right now, I think governance is winding down because we have elections coming next 2023. So by next year, it's game over. Yeah.
Thanks for that. So on a very honest assessment there. Maybe we'll leave the good news for the end from Lagos State. This is bad news. The Global Innovation Index for 2021, Nigeria ranked 118 out of 132 or 133 countries. For some reason, that's really the news, but for some reason, other publications also wanted to put the fact that Ghana is 6 points or 6 places ahead of Nigeria at 112. I think even top countries for sub-Saharan Africa I think it was Kenya, Tanzania, and South Africa. I mean, we didn't even the sub-Saharan region. I think we ranked 12th or 13th. We didn't even make the top 10. So as far as innovation is concerned in this country, where are we seeing innovation in tech, or is it that our economic malaise is impacting innovation? Is Nigeria innovative? And what do you make of us placing 118 out of 132 or 133 countries?
I think we have pockets of innovation here and there. I mean, obviously, the fintech space is a clear example of innovation, right? But when you look at it broadly, that seems to be a sector that has succeeded in spite of the environment, right? And it shouldn't be so. You shouldn't be exceptional because you were able to surmount a difficult environment, right? You should be exceptional because the environment encourages you to innovate. And what are the ingredients you need to innovate? You need great education. You need great infrastructure, right? I mean, you can't innovate. We are innovating right now, right? But to an extent, our innovation is affected by the poor traffic situation, infrastructure, and all that. So really, I mean, you can't innovate without education. You need great education to innovate. You need, especially at the lower tiers, nursery school, primary school, secondary school, right? That's where you need to sow the seeds of innovation, right? So you don't have this, just cram and pass and they'll kick you up to the next level. So those are things that we really need to fix. And it's a culture, right? Innovation is a culture. The Nigerian brand of innovation, it's more of innovation to survive, right? Not innovation to grow, not innovation out of curiosity, right? So we need to fix things from ground up. I'm not really fussy about rankings, right? Because there are always pockets of innovation, right? So Nigeria can rank X, Y, Z, but you could have places individually within Nigeria. And let's be real, half of the country is probably unproductive. You have a pocket of productive states. So really, when you say Nigeria is ranking low, it's not surprising, right? It's really not surprising.
So for innovation to grow and innovation out of curiosity, for both types to thrive, these fundamental things have to be placed, have to be enabled: education, health, security, and all that.
Oh yes, because I mean, if you are a typical child is malnourished, poorly educated, has poor health, you can't innovate. So you only have, even within the fairly innovative sectors we have in Nigeria, it's a niche. It's a niche of people who somehow have been able to either tap into great networks, have been able to access fairly great education, non-formal education. They are the ones doing great things, but it shouldn't be so. Let's have a level playing field, right? So the child who is in the extreme north has great education and has opportunity to think and experiment and learn, but now you just have pockets of fairly functioning states. And so that innovation is around some areas. But even within those areas, let's even use Lagos. We use Lagos as an example because you have lots of fintechs there. Is Lagos really the most optimum place? Can you rank Lagos against San Francisco? Does it rank close to it in any way? I mean, infrastructure-wise, policy-wise, but we're not there yet, right? We're not there, and we need more functioning states for that to happen. We need a functioning federal, state, and local government to happen, because your state could have beautiful policies, right? But if somebody in the local government wakes up and wants to shut you down or wants to slam a tax on you, things don't work that way. So really, you need every arm functioning optimally for innovation to occur, and that's not happening anytime soon. So when that happens, when we're ready when we realize that, look, the world is in a global race right now. So till we sit up and realize and do things in a business-like manner, we're going to keep taking the bottom pole in this lists and all that.
Excellent.
Thank you. We have a few messages to go through. Zikolo sent in this one. It says, I work in the tourism and travel sector. If you know the number of Nigerians that have been visiting Morocco lately, you'll be surprised. Like right now, they now reject visa applications because of the backlog they have to treat. We have huge potentials in the tourism sector, and we're not tapping into it. Benga Komu says, we gather investors are not jumping on the chance or other chance to be concessionaires to airports in Nigeria, that the bid has been extended for 4 weeks. That's Benga's report there. Oyanochuko says, it must solve the insecurity issue. If we must solve the insecurity issue, government must focus more on projects that enhances human capital, e.g. housing schemes for low-income earners and all that. We've heard reports of that in the last week or so. Adinka says, I heard the Benin Republic CFA is now more valuable than the Naira, 1,000 to 975 CFA. Is that right?
I have to check that. I'm not sure if it's correct, but I'll check.
Yinka Bolu says, loving this analysis on this analyst, calming the spitting bars this morning or this early morning, or calmly spitting the bars this early morning. Thank you, Yinka. On a check-in for me earlier, it says yesterday was Judith and Kayode, today is Val. In terms of mispronouncing Onome's surname, so Onome should sue you guys. Insecurity is only on paper. In the eyes of the leaders, it is us, the masses, that are feeling the brunt of it all.
Real quick, Lagos State's approving, I think, 40 million naira for movie producers to try and boost. And funny enough, it was part of the, I think, Lagos State Culture and Tourism board or so. Yeah, 40 million naira for film producers. And we just had somebody from tourism sending in a message. What do you make of what Lagos is trying to do to boost Nollywood?
I think it's misplaced priority, right? So here's the thing. Let me give you an example. Can you take a walk from either Amici Close or from Ikoyi at 3 a.m. to go watch a movie without looking left, right, or center?
No.
Good.
No.
So here's the problem. I can only watch a movie weekends. It's limited. I don't have enough cinemas, right? So the problem isn't money to make movies. The problem is you need a conducive environment. You need a conducive environment to shoot. So there's a reason why we're not shooting. At the time, we probably were shooting music videos in SA and UK and wherever, because it was simply easier and cheaper logistically to shoot those videos outside and safer. So, I mean, today, there's even if you look at it from the Nigerian scene, where are the bulk of your Nollywood movies shot? They're shot in Enugu and Asaba. So what does that tell you? It tells you that Lagos isn't conducive enough to shoot a movie. It tells, I mean, if you read up, I'm not going to name names, but there are people, actual everyday practitioners, that whenever they have to shoot in Lagos, they're shooting a scene outside on the street. You're going to have to settle area boys, and it gets rough. So where's the government when all that is happening? So that's not what people need. Access, I'm not saying access to funding is easy to get, but I mean, let's be real. Some of the biggest films we've had, series we've had in Nigeria so far, a lot of that funding has come from the domestic investors here. So really, it's a misplaced priority to me. Fix the infrastructure, fix security, right? So people can go out and truly function. I mean, I can go out at 11, 12, 1 a.m. if I'm awake because it's not safe. Parts of Lagos, people don't go out at 6 a.m. because if you're out at 4, 5, man, you probably going to get jacked or something. That's what we need to fix, really. So, I mean, what's 40 million going to do? Right? That's not going to do anything.
Well said.
Excellent.
Excellent stuff.
Yo, because Rotus, I think I've had it. You need to do a session explaining how currencies are compared, he said. The other day...
Just compare to the dollar now. So
that's what he said.
Yeah, just compare the two currencies. Use the dollar as a and just compare, that's how you do it.
Onachukwu says security must be local, not central or centrally controlled by the government. And Dalvin says, please, can Onome also be an analyst on Freshly Pressed? Onome, that's an open invitation. Consider it. No, think about it. I'm going to call you about it later.
Yeah.
It's okay. Calm down. Rotus, thank you.